you were how you were, all those things that your mom and daddy said about you. And for the first time in your life, you hear it, that is not who you really are. That is not the substratum of your life. It is not the sum total of who you are. It is not your identity. It's a lie. 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 You're not wicked. You're not evil. You're not a hoe. You're not a liar. You're not a thief. You're not any of those things. You are the divine image of God, fearfully and wonderfully made. You are the manifestation of God in the earth. You are the offspring of the living God. You got streams of revenue locked up inside of you. You got ideas that you haven't even tapped into yet. You got, oh God have mercy, you got ideas and concepts and innovations that are in you that you haven't even tapped into yet. You got the varying streams of revenue within you that will relieve all your frustration, all your stress, all your worry, all your doubt. You just gotta tap in to what's inside of you and begin to create and use the hands that God has given you and begin to create instead of standing like Moses and making the excuses. Stutter. He said, look at what I put in your hand. Use the stick that I gave you because that's but untying. And so the universe then has no choice. First attribute of the secret place. The secret place is a place of revelation. It makes you free because it awakens you and makes you consciously aware that everything that you thought was holding you is an illusion. All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Oh, I'm missing some light here. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome so much. Thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of this conscious conversation. I am your host, Isaac J. Miles, and this is the Emerge movement, where we are empowering people on their journey towards spiritual wholeness. And we have been talking for the last 2 nights. Tonight makes night 3, around the topic of prophetic insights for 2022 and the years beyond. It's been a very fruitful, robust conversation, and I'm looking forward to doing that again tonight. And hopefully I will get everything out tonight, and we won't be back for a part 4. We will not be back for a part 4. But I do want to say for many of you to just start, I decided that I will just send some inboxes out or emails to some of you individually, or text messages for others of you that I know personally, with some prophetic insight and words that impressions that I've received from the Spirit of God concerning you. Rather than doing that in a live setting, I'm going to just send those things out to you. So keep your eye on your inbox, your email, or your text message, your phone, and you will be receiving that from me. So I'm really happy that you're on here, but I want to speak about some things more generally tonight. that have to do with what we can look forward to in the coming years, in 2022 and years beyond that. So I'm going to ask you to do what you do every single time we come on. Please take a moment and tag and share with as many people as you possibly can. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, tag and share on your page, tag them in the comments. And those of you who are watching on YouTube Live, you can share the broadcast as well. You can share it by just clicking the little links underneath the video there, and you can share it by sending that link out to different people in your text messages and group chats. You can share it on your Facebook page. You can share it on Twitter, however you see fit to do so. But please make sure that you share it. Let's try and alert as many people as we can so that they're able to come and be a part of this conscious conversation and take part in sharing what they are experiencing and what they are sensing about the coming year. Because as I've said before, I'm not so arrogant as to think that, God is only speaking to and through me. Of course, that's not true. Because all of us are individualized expressions of God, and you have your walk and relationship and intimacy with your own divinity. And so I am sure, because so many of you are so very intuitive and prophetic yourself, that you are getting certain impressions, premonitions about the things that are to come, about things that are unfolding right now. And I want you to feel free to light up the comments tonight and share your thoughts and your inclinations and your intuitions and your impressions that you have been receiving as well as to comment on anything that we're talking about and give your insights and your thoughts concerning the matters. I want you to do that tonight as well, so that we can all draw and gain from the conversation. Ooh-wee, I said I wasn't going to prophesy to anybody live, but man, there's a couple of you that are popping up right now that I'm just like, man. But I'm going to try and hold that. I am going to hold that, and I'm going to inbox it. I'm going to inbox it to some of you, because I know I don't have your email or your phone number. So I'm going to, but I do have you on my Facebook. So I will inbox you and tell you what I'm sensing, what I'm hearing, and what I'm seeing. My goodness. Okay. Yeah. So, but as I was saying, all of us, have that intuitive knowing within us, and we are aligned with God. God is aligned with us. God in us, through us, and as us. And so don't dismiss or belittle what you are sensing, or what's happening inside of you, what you are noticing, and what you are beginning to what's being unfolded or being revealed to you. Don't dismiss those things, no matter how small they may seem, or large or crazy it might seem. That the time that we are stepping into, as I said to you on last night, is a time for you to be courageous and bold, because some of the wildest, what we would call crazy things, are going to begin to manifest in 2022. Some of the ideas and concepts, visions, dreams, and images and imaginations that you thought were so far-fetched, opportunity is about to meet you in this coming year, and you're going to begin to experience the manifestation, oh God, of a life and of things that you have only imagined, and some things that are outside of the parameter of your imagination. And as I was out today, moving around about, and doing my business and taking care of things today, the Spirit of the Lord brought up within me a particular narrative that is found in the Old Testament, that is centered around the two characters of Abraham and Sarah. And all of you who are familiar with them In that narrative, you know that Abraham and Sarah, the text says, were old and stricken in years. They were both old when a spirit being, an angel or messenger, showed up and began to say something to them that God was going to do. He said to Sarah and Abraham, about this time next year, you are going to be with child. Now, what he said to Sarah went against everything that biologically, naturally would even seem possible. She had been barren, that is, sterile, her entire existence in this three-dimensional form. And yet, this spirit being reveals to her that what is about to happen is something that is beyond the boundaries of what you thought was possible. And the scripture says that Sarah laughs to herself. And while I was driving along and that text came to mind, I heard the Spirit of God say to me very clearly and distinctively, he said that in 2022, I'm going to do some things that are going to make you laugh, that are going to cause your mind to be blown, that are going to seem so far outside of the realm of expectation and believability that even the thought of it manifesting in your life will make you laugh. Laugh at the possibilities. Laugh at the idea that this would ever take place. He said, I'm going to do some things that are, oh my goodness, that are beyond what you even began to imagine, that what you are aiming at, that God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly above what you are aiming at, what you are shooting for, what you have set as your goal. God says you're not only going to achieve that, but you're going to achieve even more. I'm going to do exceedingly and abundantly above what you have asked and what you have even been able to conceive within your imagination. And that I'm going to do things and open doors and create opportunities for you to walk into that you never even imagined. And that when you walk through these doors, when you enter into these opportunities, when you receive these manifestations coming into your life, it's going to trigger a greater inside of you. What I mean by a greater, that is, it's going to broaden your perspective, expand your conscious awareness, and cause you to begin to think in a higher, more in-depth and expansive realm of thinking, a dimension of thought, that your entire concept of what is possible is about to be expanded and stretched beyond the boundaries that the artificial boundaries that have only been set by you based upon what you have been convinced was possible in your life. But God says that he's about to expand. Hey, God, have mercy. Expand the boundaries of your conscious awareness. Expand the boundaries of what you will know and believe is possible, so that now what you ask for, shoot for, seek after, go after, pursue will be greater than what you have ever set your sights to before, because now you will recognize that the possibilities are there, that words like the sky is the limit to what I can have will not just be cliche, but they'll start to be realized in your life. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Didn't want to preach this. I'm trying to have a conversation. Good Lord. Bring it down. Bring it down about 5 or 6 notches. I'm trying, but I'm excited about it. I'm passionate about it. I'm telling you that yes, it's gonna make you laugh. It's gonna stretch the boundaries of your imagination. It's gonna stretch the boundaries of your conscious thought, and you're going to begin to see it unfold. And when it emerges from within you, when the idea pierces the crevices and cracks and corners of your soul, and that illuminating light of an idea or possibility enters in, it's going to seem so wild, crazy, and outlandish. You're going to find yourself laughing to yourself, even saying, "You so crazy. What in the world? Man, but don't let the negative words come out of your mouth. Don't start saying what won't happen, can't happen, won't materialize. Don't begin to say it, no matter how crazy it seems. Laugh about it if you need to, but assent to it, surrender to it, embrace it, and look for the possibilities. Look for all the indicators and the opportunities that will present themselves for you to walk into that thing and cause it to come into manifestation in your life. I'm telling you that this coming year, Lord have mercy, this coming year can be transformational for you if you will position yourself correctly and invest and employ, hallelujah, the keys to the universe, more particularly prayer and meditation. If you will position yourself to open yourself to receive from within and allow the limitless, infinite possibilities of the Spirit to emerge within you and flood your conscious mind, you will begin to experience a level of abundance, and I mean abundance across the board. I'm not talking about just money. I'm talking about abundance of joy and peace and happiness and abundance of health and abundance that will cause you to just be it. You'll start laughing at how great and how good your life is. I'm telling you. I am telling you, calm down. I'm telling you, and I'm not just spouting things off or saying. I don't know if John L. Williams is on here, but he sent me an inbox early this morning of an article. Last night I said to you that the Spirit of God had revealed and spoke to me about the coming economic shift in the country, and that we could look for economic growth to be somewhere between 4 and 4.5%, that it's going to double from what it is right now. And he sent me an article this morning where economists across the country and around the world are predicting that the economic growth will reach between, they said, 3.9% to 5.5% in the coming year. He says, well, I guess what you were predicting is absolutely correct. It blew me away. I was like, wow, man. I asked him if I could share it with you tonight because it blew me away just to see that this was in print and already out there. So when I tell you that what I'm saying to you is coming directly from the Spirit of God, I need you to hear me. I need you to be, and let it resonate and wash over your soul so that you can take part in what is happening in this earth realm right now. For too many years, we've been shouting and dancing and falling out and skipping over trinkets. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me up in here because we've had a limited view of what was possible. The preachers just told you you're gonna get a new house, get a new car, you're gonna get a new new spouse. You're going to get all of these minuscule things that never pointed us toward the larger, bigger, greater things that are more significant, that allow you not only the options, but the capacity to have a significant impact on the world around you. And I'm trying to tell you that God is not limited to houses and cars. Those things are immaterial. They are small. All you need is a job and good credit. You can get a house and a car. But I'm talking about your being able to accumulate the kind of wealth and the kind of position in this life to be able to impact the lives of others around you and to leave a mark in the earth that cannot be erased. That hallelujah, to leave a legacy where your mention of your name has authority. People remember the greatness that was attached to your life because it was not just potential, but it was realized and manifested in your lived experience. Lord, I need to calm down. I keep finding myself yelling, Lord have mercy. I looked down at the comments and saw Toya saying preach, and I was like, am I preaching? Oh Lord, calm down. That's not what I intend to do. It's a conversation. Deep breath. I'm excited. I'm passionate about it. I really, really am. I really, really am. There you are, Kiwi. I'm so glad that you're on here because you will be able to help me in this particular area. Kiwi is a realtor, and I received this. What's today? Today is Tuesday, Wednesday. What's today? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Okay, so I received this on Saturday, Saturday early morning. This is what I heard. I wrote it down, so let me go ahead and read it off to you. It said, the Spirit said to me that in 2022, this is an optimum time right now and through 2022 until the end of August. It is an optimum time for real estate investment. He says whether it is your own personal home, commercial property, or investment property like a rental house or an apartment complex or something along those lines, this is a great time for you to buy and will continue to be a good time for you to buy for a good portion of 2022 right up until the end of August. At the end of August, interest rates are going to go up. And when the interest rate goes up, the market is going to shift. Now, it won't shift so drastically that it will make housing unaffordable. But why pay more when you can now pay less? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Right now, money is almost free. Okay? So this is the time. Listen, you instead of using your good credit that you have, some of you have, instead of you using your good credit and your good income to go buy the latest car or go buy the latest gadget or whatever, or take trips here and there, use that good credit, which is almost like having money in your hand and your income, to start making wise investments in this particular climate, while there is this intensity around manifestation. It is an optimum time for you to begin to invest because, listen, understand this, and Kiwi, you can bear me out if you're on here, that real estate is how you build generational wealth. The greatest way to build generational wealth is through real estate. Listen to what I'm telling you. That's not supernatural prophetic insight. That's economic insight. I'm telling you that real estate is the best way for you to build generational wealth. And so now that the climate is set for you to make that kind of investment, don't just use your good credit and good income. Don't just use your income tax to go out and buy another flat screen TV or another broke down piece of car. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying to you? Take this opportunity to use that windfall that you'll get to go and invest in something that's going to bring you a return on your investment, and it will start to pay you rather than you paying for it. My realtor's on here. Kiwi says, absolutely correct, Apostle. And she's the realtor, and she said optimum time 2022 through the end of August. At the end of August, interest rates will go up. I'm receiving it, and I have it in my plans right now. That's what I'm talking about. Make plans. Make plans. Make plans. Some of you will get bonuses that will come in. Others of you will be able to get a lump sum that you will get from unused paid leave that you have for your job, and so that they will write it out in a check to you. Don't take that money and blow it on a TV, and don't take it and blow it on a car, broke down piece of car. Take that money and invest it in something that will create a legacy, not just for you, but for your family. We're talking about generational wealth. We're not talking, you want to put your family, your children and grandchildren in a position where they don't have to work for money, but money will work for them. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Whoa! Lord have mercy. Okay? Apostle McDuffie's on here. God bless you, man of God. God bless you. Yes. Listen to somebody who knows. Save everything you can. You must become disciplined. Your mindset has to change first. That's right. Don't just be a consumer. Be someone who's going to produce affordable housing by investing in investment properties that you can turn around and rent at an affordable price, helping other families, but it's also paying you. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? I can speak about some things that I know about. And again, this is not prophetic. This is just from my own knowledge of things about. I used to live in Fitzgerald, Georgia, and I know that in Fitzgerald, as well as in Ocilla, as well as in Abbeville, every year, right now, they have a list of properties that they're holding that they want to get rid of, that the city and the county are ready to get rid of, and they will sell for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, just land. And if you don't realize it, God ain't making no more land. Okay, just land. And instead of taking that $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 that you getting in income tax and going and buying some old raggedy piece of a car that they're gonna repossess, go and buy some land. Even if you can't put nothing on it right now, buy the land this year, and then in a few months put a trailer on it, put a duplex on it, put an apartment on it, put a small house on it, buy some land and begin to build generational wealth. Get your kids who are old enough, and they'll get it into that. You combine your money together and invest in property and start building out something. You can create your own LLC with you and your kids and you and your family members, and begin to build out something that's not only going to enrich you, but enrich your entire family. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Am I talking to the right crowd tonight, or am I talking to the wrong folk? Maybe I'm talking to the wrong folk. Maybe I need to go find me some Chinese people and talk to them. Are y'all hearing me? I'm telling you. Don't be a consumer, be a producer. Don't be a consumer. Do you hear what I'm saying? Yeah, that's one that you need to put in the comments right now. Just write that out. Just write it so that it'll soak down in your soul. Don't be a consumer, be a producer. Don't be a consumer, be a producer. And let others consume what you produce. Don't just be a consumer. Don't just be an employee, be an employer. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Okay? Yes, write it out, write it out, write it out. Don't be a consumer, be a producer. Don't be a consumer, be a producer. There is absolutely no. Do you understand that one of the reasons why, and if I got any of my white brothers and sisters on here, please don't take offense. You shouldn't be offended by the truth. But one of the reasons why white people have so much wealth and generational wealth in this country is because they invested in land and they got it on the backs of our ancestors, free labor in this country. And so that's why when you hear different ones saying, well, I never owned slaves. That was way before I was born. Yeah, but you enjoying the benefits of slavery. You're enjoying the benefits of that free labor that enriched your great granddaddy, and it was been passed down from generation to generation. Are you hearing? Because that's how you build generational wealth, through land ownership. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? And so I'm telling you, we got to take the same method, not the whole enslaving thing, but definitely investing in property and land and beginning to cause it to produce for us. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? I hope I'm getting through to you. I hope I'm getting through to you. I hope I'm getting through to you. That they ought to believe me. K Street and marketers, they know that. You see what they always market to us? They're always marketing Jordans and clothes and liquor. And y'all ain't hearing what I'm saying. Come on, talk to me up in here. And raggedy old cars and this, that. They're always marketing those things that they produce so that we will become their consumers. And we are the greatest consumers in the entire country. But we're not producing anything. I know I'm supposed to be talking about just the prophetic insight, but I found myself heading down this road. So let me just finish the process and I'll come back to the prophecy in just a moment. Okay, we're consuming everything, not producing anything. But you don't see them advertising land and property to us in our neighborhood. Hello? We have to start doing it for ourselves. And so in this climate where it is an optimal time, whoo, goodness, maybe that's why the Spirit of the Lord said that to me so that I could say all of the rest of this. The optimum time for you to invest in real estate. This is the time. This is the time. And if you don't know enough about it to be able to navigate the whole thing, listen, there are realtors out there that's not trying to cut your throat. One of them on here right now, Lakevia Clark. I recommend her highly. I've known her entire life. I can tell you that if you connect with her, she can help you navigate the waters of real estate and make good choices and good investments that will benefit you, benefit her, and then help you to benefit your family in the long run. I know Kiva didn't ask me to say none of that, but I'm just giving her a free commercial because I know her. I know her integrity. Okay? Optimum time. Yes. Yes. When we find someone of color who gives us this type of advice, we don't take it. We think that it's a scam. We think they're trying to get over. We don't want to listen to our own. But now if somebody else come along and say that, X, Y, D, they can tell you water ain't wet. And you be like, oh, for real? Did you know water wasn't wet? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for putting that up. Hold on. Let me put it on the screen. Lakevia Clark. There she is right there. Florida Realtor. Her number is 904-866-2095. Realtor at lakeviaclark.com. That's the email. Get in contact with her if you need any kind of help or assistance in learning how to navigate this whole landscape around real estate. You're looking to make some good, healthy investments in real estate, which you ought to be planning for right now. Then you need to talk with her, because she's not going to try and get over on you. She's not going to try and jip you. She's not going to lead you down a bad path and have you investing in a bunch of crap. She will lead you in the right direction and help you to be able to navigate the terrain in an intelligent manner, in a way that's going to benefit you. I can say that because I've known her entire life. I know what kind of person that she is. I'm telling you, you need to get that information before I take it off the screen. I'm gonna leave it up there for a little while longer. Write it down right now and get in contact with her. Let her phone ring off the hook. Get in contact with her now. Get in contact with her. Okay? Get in contact with her. All right. I told you that in 2024, there's going to be an unusual occurrence. It's a rare occurrence where the entirety of North America will experience a solar eclipse. The entire continent, the entire North American continent, that includes the United States and Canada, Mexico, the entire North American continent is going to experience a solar eclipse. And what I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, now that's a natural astrological thing. Okay, that's not a prophetic prediction. That is just something that happens, and it only happens once every 29 to 30 years. Okay? And so, not 29 to 30 years. I'm sorry, that only happens once a century, rather. And so it will not happen again in the 21st century. A total solar eclipse across the entire North American continent. The entire North American continent. Won't happen again in the 21st century. So for another 1,000 years. So you won't be around for the next one. I think I can confidently say you won't be around for the next time that it happens. None of us will. Okay, your descendants will, but you won't be here. Okay, that's astrological. But what I heard the Spirit of the Lord say to me concerning that, he said that this total solar eclipse that will cover the entire continent, the North American continent, will signify a sort of rebirthing in this particular hemisphere. It's going to signify a rebirthing throughout all of humanity in the North American continent area, and will bring the tension and temperature level down to where now people will be able to communicate with each other. Won't solve the problems. It's not going to cause the problems to disappear. The racial problems, religious problems, the legal problems, but it will lower the temperature where they will be able to at least have healthy conversations conversations and dialogue that lead to progress. And so that's what I spoke to you about last night, but I want to expand upon that because it's not just true for all of humanity within the North American continent alone, but also for you individually, that this will be a period of time where old, broken, wounded relationships can be healed and mended, where that doesn't mean that you're going to you have to get back into an intimate or close relationship with them. It will just mean that the malice that has existed, yes, the bitterness that has existed will now subside, and you'll at least be able to communicate with them and find some level of resolution and peace with it. It's going to happen for you individually as well as us as a collective for the North American continent. And so tensions across racial, political, social, and classist lines, religious lines will begin to ease, not disappear, not going to cause all the problems to be solved, but it will create an atmosphere and a climate for conversation, for clear, honest, authentic conversation where you can find a hopeful, peaceful, civil middle ground and be able to move forward without any blockage, Lord have mercy, within your heart or your passion, your cardio, your soul. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Now, I'm not telling you you got to wait until 2024 to start trying to rectify some of your situations and circumstances and relationships, but I'm saying that that is going to be the optimal time. That is the time of a rebirthing. Yes, a rebirthing, a sort of rebirthing that will take place in humanity. Ooh, I just heard that so clear. Yeah, 100 years, not 1,000 years. I got it. Brother Williams, it's just slip of the tongue. That's all. Okay? But thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A rebirthing. Okay? A rebirthing. Yeah. And many of you are not only going to experience that, Lord have mercy, with individuals within your personal life, but even with yourself. Coming to terms with yourself, with old baggage that you've been carrying and old residue from old traumas and experiences. Not that you can't deal with them now, but this will be an optimum period of time that will allow you space to really begin to hone in and focus on those interior issues so that you can find healing, solace, and relief. Yes, a lot of conflict resolution. So Brother John says, so there will be a lot of conflict resolution occurring during this time frame concerning the solar eclipse. Yes. In the North American continent. In the North American continent. I need to make sure that I'm specific about that. I'm not talking about the entirety of the globe. In the North American continent. Okay? Okay. Let me move on. There was something else that I needed to expand upon. I can't find it in my notes. There it is. No, I forgot to mention this, at least I think I did to you last night, but that in 2023, you can write this one down as well, and I'm sure some of you will check it out. But I'm telling you that in 2023, there's going to be some significant medical advances. Significant medical advances is actually going to start to really stir around the latter part of December of 2022, but then really take off and begin to really expand and be brought to the public in 2023. Real significant medical advances that we will see, and much of it is the result of this virus and all of its different mutations that in their efforts to find vaccines or find treatments for those who are suffering with COVID or to prevent others from getting COVID, they are going to begin to stumble upon other medical advances and gene therapies that will revolutionize medicine. Modifying genes, gene modification, so that they're able to restore certain parts of our body and our health to its youthful state. Something with gene modification. That's what I heard very clearly. Gene modification, modifying the genes in a manner that will restore and return certain parts and elements of the body to its youthful state, that when it has approached the place where it is either dying or dead, that through gene modification, they are going to be able to come up with a treatment that is going to be able to restore, hallelujah, that particular organ, not just to make it healthy enough to survive for a period, but to restore it back to its youthful state that will add multiple years to your life. There are going to be such advances in medical science that many involved in the religious community are going to begin to promote skepticism. And you'll hear the usual mark of the beast and the devil and all the other kind of things like that about it because of such dramatic advancement. But tune out the noise. Pay attention to the science as it unfolds. Whew. John, I'm going to put this on screen. John said, maybe the gene modification will allow me to be able to grow hair on my bald head again. I know that's right. Me and you both, buddy. Oh my goodness. But listen, when that begins to, and that's coming in 2023, and when it begins to come, the latter part of 2022, going into 23, but really revved up and becoming more public in 2023, that when it does, and all the naysayers, especially from the religious corner, begins to come up and call it the mark of the beast and the devil and every other kind of witchcraft and this, that, and the other, tune out the noise. Listen to the science. Tune out the noise. Listen to the science. And many of the people, boy, I just heard that, Lord have mercy. Many of the people who will be developing this gene modification are going to be people of African descent. Woo! Oh, they're going to be people with African ancestry so that our people will be confident enough in the medicine or the therapy to accept it. Because we've had such a history of abuse in this country that it makes us a little nervous when they start talking about we got a wonder cure or a wonder drug or wonder anything. That's why we don't like going to the doctor right now, because the doctors, in our historical past, the doctors weren't there to really cure us. They used us as guinea pigs. But that's a whole nother conversation. Whole nother conversation. Many of them are going to be of African descent, black people, people of color. Ooh. And so you're going to see black faces on television telling you that they've come up with this new process, therapy, treatment. Go ahead, write it down so you can check me out. I'll still be here in 2023. At least I hope I will. Okay. Yes, tune out the noise, listen to the science. Tune out the noise, tune out the noise, tune out the noise. All right. I think I'm about done. There will not be a part 4. There will not be a part 4. I want you to understand this as well. Everything that I've said to you concerning the coming years, all the things that, and if you missed parts of it, you can go back and watch the videos on replay. They're on my page, on the Emerge page as well. They're also on the Emerge YouTube channel. You can go there and you can rewatch them as many times as you want to. Take notes, listen to it. There's a lot of information packed into those part 1, 2, and 3. Part 1 and 2, rather, and tonight is 3. Go ahead and listen to those so that you can have all of that information. But what I do want you to understand is this. None of what I'm saying takes away from the fact that you, ladies and gentlemen, you get to determine what your lived experience in the earth is going to be. Nobody else has control over your life but you. Nobody. You are the last word. You get to make the choices and decisions for how you want your lived experience to be. You create the reality in which you live, and you are living in the reality that you created. That's right. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your cousin, not your preacher, not your religion, not a devil, not a demon, nor an imp, nor any other kind of thing. You are living in the reality that you created. And if you don't like it, you are responsible for changing it. Because you are the divine expression of God. You are divinity in jeans and a t-shirt. You are divinity walking around in 3-dimensional form. You have no limits. You have no boundaries. There is nothing that you are unable to do, nothing that you are unable to create. You can curate and create the life that you want. All I'm giving you is a forecast of the coming climate and those things that will happen in the world and the environment around you. Shoo. But you get to determine how you will matriculate through this life experience. Are you hearing me? You don't need a catchy phrase. You don't need a cliche, brand new in 22. You don't need none of that. Okay? You get to determine what it's going to be like, what it's going to look like. You are empowered from within. You are all and all is in you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay? So you don't need anybody to, to begin to to prophesy that, I see you getting this, that, and the other. Okay, that's nice, but all of those things are just confirmations of possibilities that are sitting in front of you. You still get to decide and choose what you're going to do with your life. You are under no one else's control, and you are not a cripple or dependent upon any other individual or religion or ideology or environment or culture. You are an independent, unique expression of God, divinely empowered with all power, all knowledge, all presence, all ability and capacity to create. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? You need to realize just how powerful you really are. All right. Anyone have any other comments or questions that you want to make before I get off the air? Because I'm done. I'm not going to just keep babbling along unless the Spirit of the Lord gives me something else to say. That I will say there are some of you, I'm going to try and inbox you tonight if I can. I'm kind of tired. I just walked in, but if I can, I'm going to try and get as many of you tonight as I can. If I don't get you tonight, I'll get you tomorrow or the next day. But I will get to you because there are some things personally that I want to speak to some of you concerning things that I sense and I see concerning your life. And even coming from me, you're not bound to anything that I say to you. You can receive it, you can reject it. And God ain't gonna get you and all that other kind of craziness. No. Okay? I'm just telling you what I sense and what I see, what the possibilities are in front of you. You still get to decide. Okay? Prophet says, well, I see you getting married. That don't mean you got to get married. You can choose to say, well, you know what? I don't want to get married. That doesn't mean that the prophet was wrong. It just means that you made a different choice. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Okay? That's all it means. All right. Thank every one of you that have been giving and sowing into this work and helping me to be able to bring this broadcast and be able to have these empowerment sessions with you. I appreciate your gifts and your generosity. I want to encourage those of you who may not have given, or maybe you haven't given in a while, or maybe you've never given. I want to encourage you to take the opportunity to avail yourself to be a giver and a supporter of the work that we are doing here. I am still working to try and expand this platform and do some other innovative and creative things. But there's only so much that I'm going to work according to what my finances say. Okay. But when you give, trust me that what you give goes directly. It is included with what I contribute to expand and build out the work that we are doing here. So I want to give you that opportunity. It's on the screen right now. If you were empowered, encouraged, or inspired by what you heard or tonight, last night, or over these last 3 nights, or at any time, then take advantage of this opportunity for you to be able to give. It is an honor to be able to give and to support. And it doesn't matter to me whether you give $10,000 or you give 25 cents. That's okay. You give as you feel led to give. Just sow your seed and give it in that manner. PayPal, Zelle, or using Cashapp. And I thank you, and I am grateful for your generosity and for your support. in all that we do. All right. So, with all of that being said, I want to bid you good night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here and contributing to the conversation. Have an absolutely fantastic night and an even better tomorrow.
Thank you for tuning in. And be sure to catch us every Sunday at 7 p.m. for empowerment.
That we are a unique expression.
Every Thursday at 7 p.m. for momentum.
The creation of God and the God who created him.
Once again, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. And we'll see you next time.